It is March 22, 2026. 23 days into the conflict, President Trump has issued a final ultimatum on Truth Social. Iran has exactly 48 hours to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, or the U.S. military will begin the total destruction of Iranian power plants. The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow corridor between Iran and Oman, through which 20% of the world's daily oil supply typically flows. Following Iranian threats and the placement of sea mines, commercial tanker traffic has effectively dropped to zero. This freeze includes liquefied natural gas, or LNG, natural gas cooled to a liquid state for transport. Shipments of this fuel, which provides up to 14% of Europe's gas and a third of China's oil imports, have completely stalled along routes to Asia and the West. We are no longer looking at a regional skirmish. This is the weaponization of global trade arteries, where an economic blockade serves as the primary front of a systemic shock. The consequences are cascading into Asia. In India, Petronet LNG has declared force majeure to halt its contracted deliveries. Force majeure is a legal provision that allows companies to suspend their contractual obligations during extraordinary, uncontrollable events like a war. Without that imported gas, India's domestic urea plants are struggling. Urea is a nitrogen-based fertilizer, essential for industrial-scale farming, and current production has been cut by 50%. This shortage arrives just as farmers prepare for the Kharif, the monsoon sowing season. If the deficit persists, agricultural yields will drop, turning a maritime dispute into a localized food security crisis. In a hyper-connected economy, a naval choke point in the Middle East does not stay local. It mutates almost instantly into a crisis of survival for millions of people thousands of miles away. Iran recognizes it cannot win a head-to-head conventional war against the combined weight of the US and Israel. Instead, they have pivoted to asymmetric warfare, using unconventional tactics to exploit the vulnerabilities of a technologically superior enemy. That reach was demonstrated when Iranian ballistic missiles struck the joint US-UK base at Diego Garcia. The base sits 4,000 kilometers from Iranian territory, shattering the previous intelligence consensus that Tehran's weapons were limited to a 2,000-kilometer range. Tehran is also targeting the neighborhood. They have launched hundreds of drones and missiles against energy and desalination infrastructure in the UAE, Kuwait, and Saudi Arabia. By bleeding the economies of Sunni Arab states, Iran intends to force these regional powers to pressure Washington into a ceasefire. In Israel, the tactical situation shifted on day 23 when Iranian missiles hit the southern towns of Dimona and Arad. Dimona is home to Israel's primary nuclear research center, placing the strikes in immediate proximity to the country's most sensitive infrastructure. The most significant development was the failure of advanced interceptors. For the first time, Israeli air defense systems engaged but failed to stop heavy Iranian warheads from making direct hits. Those impacts wounded over 100 civilians and carved craters into residential areas. The breach of this heavily protected airspace suggests that volume and velocity are overcoming established defensive tech. The failure of these elite shields signals that the math of modern warfare has changed. Defensive technology can no longer guarantee total airspace supremacy against a determined long-range assault. Facing failing interceptors and a ticking 48-hour clock, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth has launched the AI acceleration strategy. The directive is simple: remove human bottlenecks from the kill chain. As a result, the Pentagon has officially adopted Palantir's Maven system as a core program of record. Maven is an AI platform designed to automate battlefield analysis and target selection. Maven ingests immense streams of drones, satellites, and radar sensors. It identifies threats and generates targeting coordinates automatically, operating at speeds a human command structure cannot match. This isn't theoretical. Maven has already conducted thousands of strikes against Iranian targets across the region. Traditional warfare has been replaced by a race between algorithms and uninterceptable missiles, all while the global economy is held hostage. Algorithms and long-range missiles are effectively erasing every established red line. Stay informed, stay ahead. Please hit the like and subscribe button for more such updates and informative videos.